Hey everybody, I'm on the south end of South Park. Had a little snow overnight, but typically this late in November, if we get snow, it sticks. But it's a beautiful day. Looks like next week we'll have some snow that sticks though. But I'm out for a workout, what I call flow hill repeats. So I am on just a slight grade here on the bike path. Going down that way is downhill, going back up is uphill. And I do have my athletes do flow repeats throughout the year for a variety of different reasons based on time of year. And so what the principle behind flow repeats is that I'm picking a set amount of time, 10, 15, 20 minutes of continuous up and down running. So I'm running uphill for a minute at a moderately strong effort. After that, I reach my minute mark going uphill. I immediately turn around and run moderately fast downhill. And I continue that flow throughout the set period of time. Today I'm doing 15 minutes. But again, I'm going for time. Once I've established that one minute hill repeat uphill, that I get my marker, and then I don't have to watch my 1 minute time. I just kind of run to that point each time and just continuously do up and downhill running at a moderately strong or a moderately fast effort. On the uphill, we're just working on force production. On the downhill, we're working eccentric loading. We've talked about that in the last few videos last week, but the downhill eccentric loading on the downhill is extremely good strength training. But you have to first get your form right. And so I thought today I would take this opportunity to show and provide some voiceover tips on how run form doesn't change whether they're going uphill or downhill. It just takes focused training, especially on the downhill, so you're not overstriding and you're still propelling yourself downhill, getting that eccentric loading. So I'm gonna set the camera down and do some up and downhill flow repeats and do some voiceover so you can see some points on uphill and downhill running and how the form and mechanics of whether you're going uphill, downhill, or flat doesn't change. Proper mechanics is proper mechanics, regardless of terrain. So, all right, here we go. Okay, here I'm going uphill. So based on yesterday's video, notice how I pull my leg forward and my heel is at the height of the opposite knee. So I'm pulling my heel through the knee of the other leg right there. That gets my knee drive going forward and propelling me uphill. My stance leg, I'm landing right underneath me, forefoot to heel, very subtle. And then I have good leg extension, knee height relative to my speed. And right there, I'm nice and stable, propelling myself uphill. Again, good foot strike underneath me, extending, pushing myself uphill. So now let's match that with my downhill running and see how nothing really changes, even though now I'm going downhill and gravity's pulling me into hopefully not a mistake. So here I'm going downhill, right there, heel. I'm pulling my heel through the opposite knee, right there. Good knee height, driving into the ground. So I land, now I've got good leg extension, driving into the ground to provide force, so I propel myself forward and take control of the hill and pushing myself downhill, or what I say, propel yourself downhill. And then there's my strike underneath me, which is crucial on the downhill. Gravity's going to want to pull you in to mistake and reaching out, but nothing changes going uphill or downhill. Okay, I'm going back uphill. We're going to speed it up a little bit. just so you can start to see a little bit more real world. Look how I'm propelling myself forward. There's not a lot of oscillation. And then back to downhill a little bit faster. Again, everything's underneath me. I'm pushing myself, propelling myself downhill. So let's go back to uphill, nice and slow again, one more time, just to reiterate everything. Again, good foot strike underneath me. I'm pulling my leg through. There's my ankle to the opposite knee. Good foot strike, pulling my leg through. Right there, ankle to knee, foot strike underneath me. I'm pushing myself uphill. Good foot strike again. It's directly underneath me and going forward. There's my leg extension. Notice how my body's upright. I'm not leaning over. So my leg's angle is directly proportional to my speed, and then my body's upright. So get good torque and stability. Super, super important. We're not leaning forward with the whole body. And we'll go downhill nice and slow one more time. Again, just see how it's identical to going uphill. There's the ankle to knee height, pulling the leg through. Pull the leg through right there. And I land and I get good extension right there. Again, notice how I'm upright. My angle of the leg providing force into the ground to propel myself forward or downhill. We're not using gravity to run downhill. Land, provide force into the ground, and push yourself downhill. Take control of the hill. Don't fall downhill. Very, very different. Very, very strong. Be nice to your body. This is real speed. Uphill. And then downhill. Downhill. Notice my no oscillation in my head. All right, there you have it. So early season, make sure you practice your downhill running. Okay, like I mentioned, it's great strength training. That eccentric loading, you've got to slow up enough to have proper form, everything I talked about in the voiceover. So you can't run so fast that again you're forced to heel strike or extend that foot out in front of you and break. Okay, so it takes practice. Early season is a perfect time to practice that. Start out easy, running easy downhill with good form, good foot strike, and then to progress faster and faster and faster as your brain learns what to do on the downhill. So all right, I'm out of here, and this will probably be the last one before Thanksgiving Day week, or Thanksgiving week here in the States. I'm headed to Colorado, so the next video will come from hopefully sunny Colorado at about 8,500 feet. So I'm out of here. Peace.